Hey, morning. Yeah, I'm just waking up. Please forgive me if I don't look my best. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, people. This is Spirit Journey. How you doing? Today is Friday. Good morning, Friday, October 18, 2024. What time is it now? It's about it's about 4:33 in the morning. Boy, I'm just waking up. Just waking up. And I just want to share a dream that I had, a regular dream, not a vision. I'm not really fully awake right now. I'm sleeping here. I like sleeping in the living room. I fall asleep while watching videos. Yeah, I wasn't. I think I'm catching a cold or something. Something is happening, and I, excuse me, I'm kind of bundled up. I look worse than I am. Yeah, I have these. Pajama pants, a nightgown, and a robe. Uh, and yeah, I think I might be catching down with something. Um, what's that? 2 days ago, yeah, in the late afternoon, I started getting a headache. Yeah, I was like 2 days free of pain. Yes, come on. Hey, how you doing there, viewer? Yeah, thank you for giving me the thumbs up. Yeah, I think I'm catching some type of something. Um, well, I had a extremely bad toothache, and I did have a follow-up exam yesterday. I will get a second opinion, and then I had fallen about a week ago, little over like a week and a half ago. Fell and landed on my head. So I say, take it easy. I stayed at home. I stayed home for 5 days here on this couch, pretty much. No, one day I slept in the room, but pretty much I camped out here. I like it. I like camping out in the living room. Um, and then I was 2 days free of pain. I was taking the medication for the tooth infection and some Tylenol for the headache. And then it went away for 2 days. I felt really relieved. And And then, not yet, the day before yesterday in the late afternoon, my head started hurting bad. I said, uh-oh, that's weird. And then I had an appointment anyway yesterday for the doctors. But in short, I feel like I'm coming down with, my throat also was hurting. Have an irritated dry throat, and it's, yeah, just very irritated. Started coughing. I said, uh-oh. And I had my appointment. I told them the symptoms. Yeah, they're doing a lot of prevention things at the hospital where I went yesterday. They have like a little station outside. You wash your hands, and then someone checks your temperature, and then you get like a little ticket that you've seen somebody. Yeah, they get your personals, your telephone number. So I guess it's about tracking people. Yeah, here in Rwanda they're doing that, but they were nice. They were nice about it. I I didn't resist. Yeah, they took the temperature thing, the gun in the head thing. I don't like that. But I take it I decided to not take it so personal here. Everybody's the same here. Everybody, but at the VA hospital, I took offense. Um, but anyways, I didn't have a temperature, I guess. It was 35.9 degrees Celsius. So I guess you could figure that out if had a fever. I guess it's not a fever. They let me in, had my appointment, and then I left. So when I got home, yeah, came back home on the moto. That's like the motorcycle taxi people. and it was very breezy. Um, I think, yeah, I had something to eat, and then I changed my clothes. I said, my body doesn't feel right, and I said, let me just take off my street clothes and just relax. Yeah, I had to tell my new friend here that to cancel our meeting for today. Yeah, luckily I did because it's raining hard outside. Yeah, and it's early in the morning. So yeah, I said, I think I'm coming down with something, and I don't want to give it whatever what I have. I'm not going to take a chance, and I don't want to give it to you. So that's what I told her. So everything's for the good. Um, yeah, I felt love yesterday. I got a call from another person that I know here, and yeah, she says, look, if you need help, um, if you have a driver, blah blah blah. I thanked her. Um, it's nice to feel that people care. I'm really a big baby at heart. I really am. But I pretty much love to those people reaching out. Um, I'll probably be couching it today, just relaxing. I wonder if it's going to rain all day. Either way, days like this, I am so glad to just stay in there. Yeah, I feel a little cool. The air seems a little cool around me. And whatever what it is, I took my colloidal silver that I had stored. I had gotten it before I left for Rwanda. My vitamin C tablets. What else? Vitamin C. What else? I know it's one other thing. Oh, well, either way, I took it. Oh yeah, my oh, that this oil. Oh God, I can't get the name. Oregano oil. Oregano oil. That's supposed to, all for like your immune function and everything. So that's what I did. And yes, I did take um another Tylenol because my head was hurting. Yeah, so I feel okay. I think whatever what it is, I don't think it's going to get any worse. I feel that I'm trying to nip it in the bud. Yeah, I did have. Oh, before I fell asleep last night, I had a tall glass of water with a little raw honey, and I put some, what do you call it? A little garlic in it, little garlic powder. That's supposed to kill off bacteria and stuff like that also. Well, I'm doing what I can do, and I feel, you know, I feel okay. But I see whatever what it is, something opportunistic, whatever. I don't know what it could be because, yeah, because I was in all week. For 5 days I was at home, but the 2 days that that my toothache stopped and what was that? My head stopped hurting. I said, hey, let me take a little walk with my dog, and I met a total of two people. One 2 days ago, and the other one 3 days ago, and it was outdoors. But either way, something happened, and so yeah, I contacted another person that I know here who was a retired nurse, and she just texted me back that she heard that some people were getting sick. So something's out there. Wow. Yeah, I don't get sick, people. I generally don't get sick. But life happens. Whatever what it was, something tried to, you know. So anyway, I'm here now, relaxing, and while I'm doing this live stream, I had a dream. Yeah, I had just a regular dream, but I thought to share it. Um, I dreamt about a home invasion back in America. I was in the house that I grew up in the living room, and I'm at the where my father used to sit at. Um, Things are busy. Oh, wow. I think someone rang the doorbell. So something happened, and behind me was a door. And I know there was some commotion, and I think if I put my hand against the door, something, but a man that was in the house went to answer the door. He was not anyone in that I knew in real, that I knew. It wasn't a family member, but he looked like this person on YouTube, and he just discusses political stuff. Um, he's a Caucasian fellow, maybe in his 30s or 40s, and something happened. I think he went to see what was there, but an opportunistic attack. When the person came to the door to investigate, someone else came in, and I think the person started running, something, a home invasion. And when that happened, when the person went to attack, the person went to the door. Now I'm right by the door, also, but I'm sitting down. And when that scuffle started, ran, and there was a table. Um, yeah, there was a table and there's some glass thing. This glass thing also was there, and I ran underneath it. Everything happened so fast. There was another person, interestingly, at the opposite end of the table. At one point, yeah, you could. So they had run upstairs. So the person who answered the door and the invader, it was a male. They were both Caucasian. Um, and they ran upstairs. There was commotioning or fighting, and I was scared. And I remember at one point, the person at the opposite end of the table, uh, in my family's living room, she stood and was looking like what's going on up there? And she looked like this person from our far past, from 30 plus years ago. Uh, this woman I knew from this white woman I knew from St. Thomas. Um, yeah, we were so friends. And yeah, she was married, kind of like a backstory. I met her very shortly after I arrived in St. Thomas. Um, I used to be a so-called Christian, and I was visiting. I had another person with me there from the mainland, married to someone from the mainland, and they were going to go. They, they had invited me to this church thing, and at that church, it was down the hill, and that couple, the lady, I originally a local guy, but he was raised in New York, and they came back to St. Thomas. Yeah, he was working for the post office back then, and yeah, his uncle was the pastor of the church. Yes, a lot of nepotisms, and everybody knows everybody in St. Thomas. Everybody's related to somebody somehow. Yeah, it was an okay service, just a regular Pentecostal. I think it's Pentecostal in origin, that type of flavor. But people were believed. Um, and he too, he was a local guy, the uncle, but married to a white woman from the mainland. And after the service, I met the couple, the couple that would be my neighbor. Yeah, um, they seemed very friendly. Hang loose, liberal family. They seem okay. And in the future, that couple would be my next door neighbor. I was to move some months down the road in a house, renting a room in a house with two other American ladies. They were young. Uh, let's see, they could have been around my age. I was in my 20s. One could have been younger, or like in the 20s. And I would later have to leave. Um, yeah. And the couple there, they had survived a hurricane, and the house was to move into uh, the, during the hurricane that was prior to my arrival, almost a year later, a year prior to that. They had lived there temporarily because their house got destroyed from the hurricane, Hurricane Hugo. Yeah, it's really something how things are interconnected. And so by the time I moved in there, they were back in their old house and got destroyed, and the inhabitants had to move it into that couple's house. Isn't that weird? But that's what happened, and we kind of had a falling out, typical St. Thomian style fallout. But they were fun. They were a fun couple, and but there was a falling out between us. Um, so interesting. I had her in my dream. And when she poked her head out and then she stood up to try to see what's going on. She was scared. And then that's how I recognized who it was. It looked something like her. Um, yeah, she was kind of chubby, but it was a little different. She looked a little different, but it was supposed I saw her as her, that lady from my past. And yeah, real lady, the lady's some character. Yeah, a lot of evil was surrounding her and the family. Yeah, bad. If bad happened, boy. So either way, she was in the dream, or what looked like her, what I remember of her, and she stood up and she's scared because we all want to, oh God, what's going on? This home invasion. And when she stood up, I took that opportunity because something happened. Someone else could have gone in the room, but but there was something that happened, and I used that as an opportunity to run. Yeah, so and I was close to the door, so I got up and ran. Yeah, I wasn't stopped, but I ran out of that back door, and I go down the driveway, then a left and another left turn to go up the block, and then realized that this side of the block was the block I used to, where everybody played. It was a side street, real quiet street. The other street opposite it was the busy street. So I went to the quiet one. And when I did so, it was daytime when I did this. It seemed like it was late in the afternoon. Um, I think it was cloudy. And I think I was wearing leggings or something, these dark leggings. And I was barefooted too, I remember. And it could have had some snow on the floor. Yeah, I think it was a little snow on the ground. But when I looked up, when I was to run, I think at one point I started to run in slow motion. But things slowed down a little bit. And then when I looked in front of me, the street was filled with people. They looked like they were scavenging. Yeah, they looked like they were scavenging people. These people looked like the migrants. And again, I'm just using terminology that when you look and you make an assessment and a label on something, uh, they were not the people that I was raised up in. I was raised in a black neighborhood, black American neighborhood. Um, these people were in the middle of the street and they were scavenging like they were lost or destitute. These people looked like people from maybe South America, Central South America. They had a small frame body. They were short, maybe 5'3", 5'4", slim built, and they're just looking on the ground like the scavengers, and it looked destitute. And then I woke up. Wow. Wow, people. Yeah, there was also a truck on the driveway, some type of, looked like almost like a utility truck. But it was a home invasion. And that was, yeah, the people there, they were, uh, young white people. There was a dude on the, yeah, when I made a beeline for it, like, the truck was in the driveway. I think the, the truck, a door in the back of it was open, flung open. So I had to like run underneath it or around it, just to, you know, and there was a guy, I think, standing right there. Um, and I just said, "Oh, let me look like I'm just a jogger, like I don't know what's going on. I'm just minding my own business, even though I'm leaving this house and I'm wearing my leggings, barefooted. I'm just gonna take a jog." That so in my mind, I thought that let me just run out the house as if I'm oblivious and I'm just gonna take a jog, and no one stopped me. And yeah, I think I started running slow motion. I know there were other elements in the dream, but in essence, that's what I remember. And interesting about the house that I was raised in. Um, I used to have a lot about that house. Um, yeah, but before my father passed away, which was 15 years ago, he passed. Excuse me. Yeah, that the house. Um, it wasn't a positive experience, the growing up. But whose background is perfect, you know what I mean? But the house represented something bad. And so my dreams back then, before my father's passing, um, the house was being broken down. Like, there was always something being like a construction work in there, pulling down parts of the house. And then finally, the house, on one occasion in the dream, caught on fire. Yeah, and my father got destroyed in the dream. It seemed very symbolic. I know it sounds kind of grisly, but that's what the dream was. And then the next dream I had regarding that house, they were builders and they were creating a new house. So I took that as a new beginning. It was actually something very positive. But with this dream now, a home invader. Well, I'm from New York City, people. Uh, I was raised in Queens, New York, one of the five boroughs of New York City. And let's see. Um, yeah, my New York City is being invaded by migrants. People are scavenging. Uh, it didn't look good in my home invasion. I don't know, the girl in the dream that from my far past, she was there. Look, at least it looked like her. I wonder what she symbolized in the dream. She didn't escape. Yeah, and I remember when in the dream, when I said, "Hey, let me run," I felt a little guilty. I said, "Hey, um, I got to think about myself. I got to think about how I'm going to survive this home invasion. If I don't do it now, I'm going to get stuck." But I thought about her initially also, brother, I'm leaving her behind. But we were both free to do whatever we want to do. And interesting enough, I'm not sure if I shared this story. Uh, I was doing an early morning walk, and this man in a truck uh, was trying to, flirting and say, "I miss you." I don't know who this guy is. And this lady was a jogger, was walking, doing a speed walk. And she had out walking. She had at one point we were side by side when the guy in the truck, no, it was a big car, were walking, and she looked very uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable too. And then I took the opportunity and I went in the opposite direction. That's what happened there. Yeah, we're both heading west. And then I said, and I made a sharp right turn to get away from the big truck, the driver. Yeah, and I did report it to the police. I don't think they got the guy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yesterday I witnessed someone, they looked hurt. They were unconscious on the ground, and it was like they were at a base of the hill, and the body was, they had motos, the guys who ride the motorcycle, the uh, motorcycles to drive, to bring people to the destination, was surrounding her, and she looked unconscious on ground. And I was on a motor also, passing by. When I got home, I decided to call to make sure that someone called for an ambulance. And that took about an hour. But how it ended was this. Um, they kept hanging up on me. And the police, I realized now, like, the initial person that I called took my number and then passed that number to, which would now be the police. And they called and kept hanging up or disconnecting. I was getting angry. So finally, at one point, uh, the last person I spoke to said, "Hey, what's happening? What are you saying? What?" Because we weren't communicating well. He was speaking English, but somehow, you know, he would say, "Oh yeah, I know that road. It's okay. It's the foot of the hill. The bottom of the body's there." So I text him what I just said. WhatsApp him, a text message on WhatsApp, and then he gets my name. I said, "Yeah." He says, I know you. I think I know you. That lady with the dog. Yeah, as I said. I said, "Yeah, I have that." He said, "I know where you live." Yeah, I said, "Yeah, well, I'm right by such and such place, just 3 houses away from there. So I'll meet you on the main road." And so I got get right. So the phone, I have my phone still on. I said, "Yeah, I'm leaving the house. I'm heading to the road. Just take me a few seconds." And then I said, "I'm at the main road now." And then I look down. I mean, look up the hill. And I see the police car. I said, "That must be them." And they were going up the wrong road. Yeah. And then maybe they were backing up and I waved and then they see me. And then they came down part of the way. Then I had to go up the hill and meet them. And yeah, I introduced myself. They said, "Yeah, we know, yeah, yeah." But then they said at one point, "Oh, the lady's okay. They got the lady or something." So I was relieved. I was relieved. So I guess because uh they I got I don't know, the lady was helped. Um so I'm relieved. And I explained to the officers, yeah, they're all on face laughing, like, "Hey, So I said, "Look, I don't rely on that, assume that people call for help. I always assume that call wasn't made, and so I wanted to ensure that the lady gets help." And so I'm relieved that help was provided. I didn't ask if the lady, I was going to ask how's the lady, they how they worded it was like, she was okay, you know. That's how the feel of it came across. So a lot happened yesterday. I guess feeling a little vulnerable. Um, but something has to be done regarding this system here. I know it's a new system. Rwanda, the country of Rwanda, they're developing, yes. This person know how they word it. Don't be too harsh. It is a developing country. Yeah. it's just a little spooky, people, when things that supposed to work when it doesn't really work. And they were so busy calling me back, and then they're hanging up, not saying what they're doing. Is very unprofessional, and it could scare you. When there's a med emergency, the lady was unconscious. I don't know what happened. And I was gonna ask, but I said, just drop it. Um, just sometimes, who you're talking to, that sometimes it's just something I don't know how to explain it. If I again, I'm not here to criticize anybody, but sometimes you get the feeling, don't say anymore. It's not going to get anywhere. No, you can't change anything. And again, I didn't come to Rwanda to change anything. But I think maybe I was feeling vulnerable. The lady on the ground, and getting, feel like I'm coming down with some type of colds or whatever. Uh, I just wanted to, and it's raining outside. The rain always has an effect on me, the sound of the rain pouring, hits the house. You just feel a little different, I guess. So that's what was going on. And a home invasion. Do I feel like I'm being invaded? Wow, that's something I just knew to get out. And that's how I felt in America. Before I left, I felt I had to get out. I still have family there in New York City. Um, I mean, pocket areas that on the surface seem okay, but you're surrounded. I mean, that area, yeah, it was a black neighborhood, but it's quickly being bought out by everybody. Yeah, it's being bought out by people from Asia, from like Hispanic. Yeah, this was where I was raised, and everything is changing about it. Everything. I would say in 5 years, or even less, within 5 years, the whole area is going to change. It's not going to be that neighborhood that I lived in anymore. Um, yeah, my mom's still living in the house, and I pray for safety. I pray for safety for the people of Queens where I'm from. It's a quiet little section in Queens. Um, Life is about change, people. And is your home being invaded? Are you being invaded? Things are going to happen. But if you have to leave, leave when you still can. And you may have to leave barefoot like I was in the dream, okay? Yeah. Yeah, I pray for everybody's safety in New York City. But if you have to leave, leave. Okay. That's all. Thank you so much for listening. Peace and safety to all Americans, people from my hometown in Queens, and all of New York City, okay? I love you, New York. I love you. But it was time for me to go, okay? This is Spirit Journey, signing off. Bye bye.